Bad good movies have taken over my life. Nobody even knows that I've been watching Neil Breen movies on repeat. And what a journey it has been. I personally cannot believe that a person of his caliber is walking amongst us plebs. If we look at this pie chart that I created, we can see that Neil Breen holds 100% of the world's awesomeness, while the average Joe holds 0% of the world's awesomeness. And what does Neil Breen do with all of this awesomeness that he harnesses? Well, he creates movies that are so bad, they actually come out terrific.
I'll let you and your niece stay in my place. I'll stay in the car up front.
No, we can't stay here.
It'll be fine. I'll clean it up.
There's no way in hell we can stay here. No.
You have to trust me.
Yep, that's right. The man has a repertoire of movies, and every one of them is bad. And the thing about Neil Breen is that people don't even know that he should be awarded the award for being the hardest working American of all time, because the secret sauce that is Neil Breen is that he does everything in his movies himself, okay? He writes the movie, he produces the movie, he acts in the movie, he edits the movie. He does everything on his own. Are you sold yet? Because if you've been keeping up with this YouTube channel, you would already know that I reviewed 2 other Neil Breen movies, and this one is just going to be a continuation of that. We're going to do his entire library, because these movies are life-changing. So, the one that we're going to be reviewing in this video is called Pass Tru. And unlike the other 2 movies that I already reviewed, this one is the best one so far. So, sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. So, the movie begins with a strong desert-like scene. Okay, this is the premise. They want you to know that this movie is strongly desert-themed. Also, prehistoric. This was written down in the stars by our hairy ancestors. And then the star of the movie finally gets introduced, and he's cleaning out what seems to be an abandoned campsite. And while this is happening, there's also another group really far away that's actually hiding from Border Patrol. For some unknown reason, Neil Breen's character was sleeping outside, and the people that are running away from the Border Patrol come in contact with him, and they wake him up, and they give him a stack of cash that he can clear up the footsteps so that they won't get caught by Border Patrol. I can only assume.
Clean the smuggler arrival area so the Border Patrol doesn't know where we're at. Here's your pay.
But you know what the main character does? He does the heat of the heroin in his veins and dies. So the people that are actually hiding from Border Patrol seems to be human trafficked by smugglers. Because the people that are transporting all these people, they're being really rude, okay?
Why are you talking to us like
Keep moving there! Come on!
Stop yelling.
Hurry!
Get in there.
What is it?
I say hurry!
I said tell us what the thing though.
Move it!
And then they finally reach this like fence-like area, and they convince the fence to finally fall over so that they can cross over it. Which then the most bizarre plot twist of all time that I've ever seen in any movie happen.
Move your ass. Get going. Come on. Go. Get over here. You guys over there. Stop.
How many months pregnant are you?
7.
Oh, really?
This scene was so confusing to me and really funny. I'm sorry. Like, I was laughing right here. So let me get this straight. Was she not supposed to look pregnant? Did they not know that the drugs were inside of her? Like, was she not supposed to bring the drugs that you guys are transporting? I don't understand. So after that confusion bamboozin happens, we come to find out that Neil Breen is just writing the same story over and over, because guess where these drugs are actually going to? That's right. The corrupt politicians, the corrupt bankers, the corrupt insurance people.
This is for the politicians. This is for the stockbrokers,
Pimps, bankers,
the CEO, the lawyers,
international bankers.
the resistance.
I mean, it's a cliche move by now. It's almost like every Neil Breen movie is just about getting back of the corruption in the world. But anyway, that's not all they do in that scene, okay? They also have this hilarious scene, because these smugglers are straight up savages, okay? They grab this old lady and this young boy, and they let them know that they're about to take care of them because they ain't got no value in the streets.
You two are of no value to me on the streets.
I'm all he's got in the world. Grandma, why'd you shoot her?
Because I have absolutely no value for you two on the streets.
This was in the movie, and I'm sorry, but I laughed really hard when I saw that scene. How is that scene not a meme? So the chaos doesn't stop there, alright? For some reason, one of the smugglers just loses it and says that he wants to get rid of 2 other people. But these 2 other people, luckily, they escape.
Why are we running? We have to keep running. Your mother's my sister. She was murdered. I swear to God I'd take care of you. You're my niece. We have to keep running. Let's go.
The acting in that scene made my kneecaps pulsate. So maybe you forgot that this is a Neil Breen movie by this moment, but his spirit lives on even though his body is dead, and it finds this mountain and then it teleports to a location where there's tigers in the desert. Now, if we Google search if tigers belong in the desert, we get a fat no. But since this is Neil Breen's world, I'm sorry, but you're just gonna have to accept it. Tigers do belong in the desert. But this is a special type of tiger, okay? This tiger actually gave Neil Breen AI intelligence superpowers.
I am artificial intelligence from far in the future. I have come here to cleanse the human species of their failings and decline. For they are far too weak of spirit and intelligence to do it themselves.
And since Neil Breen is supposed to be this AI intelligence that cleanses the world, well, he runs into the aunt and niece that are running away from the smugglers in the beginning of the movie. Being the gentleman that he is, well, he offers them shelter. But he really had to convince them.
I'll clean it for you.
What a gentleman. He just wants to help out these poor girls, where they're giving him such a hard time. So anyways, eventually Neil Breen goes back to that mountain to teleport, but the niece sneaks out and catches him teleport. And I'm assuming that it was such a tragic event for her that she falls asleep. And then the aunt that he tries to save, well, she just goes completely ape mental and throws a rock at his face.
I won't hurt you. Oh.
You know, I'm very sorry for hitting you in the eye. No, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna hurt you.
But don't worry, it's all good because she's sorry. Anyway, throughout the story, they eventually develop a little bit of a love interest, if you know what I mean.
So what's your name?
My name is Till. It's spelled T-H-G-I-L, but it's pronounced Till.
Well, my name is Amanda, and this is my niece, Kim.
I don't know what sort of creative style Neil Breen was going with naming himself like that, but whatever. It's the thought that counts. Let's not pay too much attention to how he named himself, because the next scene in the movie is actually my favorite scene in the whole movie, because Neil Breen does this choreographed dance in the desert where he spins in circles in circular rock formation so that it looks like he's the one that's making them swirl. What a beautiful choreography that was.
Your name, Till. That isn't your name. That's Light. L-I-G-H-T. Have you seen the future?
Uh-oh, you tricked her, Neil. And since you tricked her, well, you obviously know how to look into the future. And to prove it, he demonstrates that he can lift things from the ground. He can make him levitate up into his hands, you know? So now that she's told that he's an AI intelligence, he explains to her that he's about to cleanse the world of evil people. And I wonder who he's going to choose to remove from the world first. Obviously, it's going to be all of the corrupt politicians and Wall Street people and the bankers and the insurance people, like in every Neil Breen movie. It's it's the same story, but a little bit different every time. So in this specific Neil Breen movie, how do you think he's choosing to remove all of the corrupt people from this world? By going to a party that the elite throw in for the elite. Duh.
I know companies that can hack into any government national agency, or corporate facility. For the right price, you can get any information that you want. And they don't need to know why or your reason.
Isn't that corrupt?
I know what you're wondering. How did Neil Breen even get into that party if he wasn't even invited? Well, it's because he's wearing a suit. Well, anyways, he makes all of the corrupt people disappear for being corrupt with this epic line.
Isn't that cheating the public?
So after he explodes the mansion that holds all the corrupt people at the same place at the same time, he then goes to a TV station that we can only assume is like their version of CNN and broadcasts to the world that he is the AI that came to cleanse everybody, and he has just removed 300 million people from the world.
What you are seeing now is being broadcast throughout the world. You have demonstrated your inability to live in a truthful, honest, trustworthy, and accountable way. I have eliminated 300 million humans from the planet today. In human terms, I have killed them all.
But no worries, because all of these people were bad people. So does Neil Breen live happily ever after? No, because after he gives this epic speech and declares that 300 million people are forever gone, we come to find out that the reason why the aunt and the niece actually ever even got caught up with human trafficking is because they're running away from her abusive ex-boyfriend that miraculously shows up at the end and kills her.
You bastard! You followed me! It's my ex-husband!
I've been looking for you.
You asshole!
You both are coming with me.
You're the one I'm running from! Leave us alone!
And this scene to me was extremely funny because, like, didn't he just say that he removed 300 million bad people from the world? I guess he must have let one slip through the cracks. No worries, he makes him disappear and brings her back to life because he's this AI intelligence that can do whatever he wants. And then the world lives happily ever after because all of the corruption was finally removed. So, like, at this point, I've already reviewed 2 Neil Breen movies, so I already know what to anticipate. I'm already catching the drift of what's going on, right? But out of the other 2 movies that I reviewed, I'd have to say that this one, so far, was the most enjoyable. And if you were going to begin with any other Neil Breen movies, I mean, I still got 2 more to watch, but so far, this one has been the funnest. It really feels like he put a lot more passion into this one specifically than he did in the other 2 ones that I've already reviewed. So yeah, I give this one a 5 out of 5 because it is exactly what I was hoping it to be and more. Don't forget, if you made it this far into the video, to press that like button. You know, it's really appreciated since it's free. Also, click that subscribe button with bell notifications on because I'm going to be reviewing the rest of Neil Breen's movies and then reviewing more bad movies in the future as well, while also making videos that I enjoy making that are going to be off the dome. So it's not always going to be about movie reviews. Sometimes I'm going to make videos that I want to make, but mostly I think I'm going to go into movie reviews because I'm having a blast. And that was the whole point why I ever started making YouTube videos to even begin with, is to have a blast. Thank you so much for sticking with me throughout this crazy year as I experimented non-stop on this YouTube channel. I promise that in 2021, I'm going to take this more seriously because I feel like I'm dedicating my whole life to it. So please subscribe to this YouTube channel with bell notifications on. And like the video. Bye.